Hey guys, how's it going? I want to show you a pen I'm keeping some cream leg bars in. You can see that it is one of the completed pens. It doesn't appear as though I've had any deaths, being right next to the woods. I'm sure that'll come and I'll have to figure something out. But we have approximately 30 cream leg bars in here and they seem to be doing just fine. I don't really like that I have to fill water and feed all the time. So the plan, once I get some extra scratch to rub together, is actually along that back wall there, is to run probably 1 inch or 2 inch PVC pipe down the whole run, and put little cups on it. And what we're going to do is over the course of the winter, we'll take that PVC run, hook it up to an IBC that's up a little bit so it has some drop, so we only get a couple PSI on these drinkers, because that's all they really need. And that run that goes all the way down here, we'll actually put a return tube on top, and what we'll do is we'll cycle it, loop it around, right? And in that tank over there, we'll put a heater in it. It's probably going to cost me a damn fortune to put an electric heater in it, but the goal is eventually, over there I have a wood boiler next to my house. The problem is getting that hot water from over there over to here. The Thermopex that they sell from Central Boiler is, I think, $16 a foot, and that's probably like a 300 to 400 foot run. So you can see it's prohibitively expensive. So I'm thinking about ways that I can mitigate that, and I don't necessarily need it underground, and that's really what it's good for, is putting underground, because it's waterproof and all that good stuff. But thinking about using something else, maybe putting it above ground or digging a small trench to bury it a couple inches, so that when I run over it, it doesn't get trashed. And I can buy cheaper stuff to do that, and regular packs, and save a shitload of money to do that. I'm doing it that way. But Thermopex from Central Boiler only loses a degree every 200 foot. I don't really care so much, just because I get all my wood for free. So, would I like to lose a degree to every 200 foot? Yeah, sure, but it's not that important. But anyway, so yeah, water all down this with little drinking cups and stuff. And I'm also going to put some, they're called like John Guest fittings. They're little 1/4 inch fittings that I can hook bowls up to and other stuff. So if I have other things in here, I can fill that other thing to adapt to whatever animal is in here. So they don't just have drinking cups for chickens. Like if I put pigs in one of these, right, they're not going to drink out of one of those. I need to have a different drinker for them so that they can drink from that water line. Other thing is too, we'll need to protect that if I put pigs in here, because pigs will freaking destroy it. So maybe I'll screw some 2x4s or something to it to stop them from breaking that line, because that would suck. But yeah, so cream leg bars, these guys, I got about 30 of them in here, and they're doing all right. This brooder box, I call it a brooder box, but it's really kind of like a hen house. It's what we're going to use for all the pens. We got 2 of them with a third in progress, and eventually they'll be all the way up the line here. These cost about $300 to make, so not wildly expensive, but expensive enough. The nice thing about these is you can lift the top, so you can see all your stupid chickens in here. They have roost bars, a little thing for them to climb up, and the nice thing is you see all that mulch down there. When we prop this open, we just take the tractor bucket, dump some mulch in, and when it gets all poopy underneath of these, you can't see it on this one, there's pallets. So all I can do is take my tractor with its forks, come in, lift it up, move it, take and drop the fork somewhere, and come in with the bucket and just wipe out all the dookie. Make it real easy. The fencing, when I want to clean out the whole run, so this is just regular old cattle panel, and what we do here is use these things. They're expensive as all hell. They're called cat's claws. I don't really care for these for any other use but this. They're not very strong. My Impact from Milwaukee shears the heads off, and they're like 40 or 50 cents a bolt. You know, we could use Staples and it'd be the same, much cheaper. But you know what these do, it gives me the ability to take the whole thing off. So that's kind of where the value comes in, but they're not very durable. Anyway, the point I was making here is this swings open so that I can get in there, and when I clean this out, this will only be a once a year thing. When I clean this out or whatever, rip the T-post out, cat's claws on the other side, and this will swing open as well. And you know, I can get in there with the bucket and back drag it out or scoop it up or whatever it is that I need to do. Put more mulch in, whatever. I don't mind if the fence gets a little buried. It'll keep the assholes in the pen. Speaking of assholes in the pen, when chicks are small, they can fit through 2x4 field fence. And again, 2x4 is 2 inches across on the spacing and 4 inches tall. So every one of those little spaces is 2 inch by 4 inch. And this happens to be 60-inch fence. So they can fit through that little space. The plan is to get some sort of netting. Now, I'm NPIP, and what that means is my birds I need to keep separate from each other with some sort of separator. They recommend that if you can do it, you separate your pens with at least 2 foot of space between, so they don't have any beak-to-beak or aerosol contact. What I'm going to do, because I don't want to do that, it's going to cost too much damn money. What I'm going to do is actually put some material between the pens on the fencing, and I'm thinking tightly wrapped sunshade, like the stuff you put up over pergolas and stuff like that. So tightly wrapped sunshade, they do sell it in custom heights and custom lengths. The problem is you either buy the piece that they sell for cheap, or you pay about $100 for a custom cut, custom length piece of sunshade. The plan is to buy some of the sunshade, go down one side, wrap the back, and then next pen, go down the other side, wrap the back, and repeat all the way up. And that'll cover all 3 sides of this pen and keep these guys from sticking beak to beak. So if one of my pens does happen to contract avian influenza or some other, you know, bullshit, it won't affect all of it. The problem is MDA is indiscriminate when it comes to any birds that have avian influenza. So even if one pen contracts it and I've got the sunshade stuff, I'll call everything. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's a good plan. They treat everybody who's NPIP to the same rules as commercial, well, bird keeping. So, but there's, yeah, got to figure out ways to mitigate transference of sickness between pens if there is any sickness. So I'll figure that out. But the other plan to keep the birds out, the raptors and stuff like that. And I kind of teased a little bit on my live stream. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. So the plan is actually to set up out here a couple of them, probably I would say 3, maybe 4 of them. One like right here in this little dark area, one up there somewhere. Maybe I have to get more. They're only $150 a piece. A couple up there, maybe if I have other pens up front, and some back there for that hen house with those chickens back there. And I don't have chickens in here, so no big deal. But the thing is a wacky wild waving inflatable arm man. So I'll put all these on here with I guess, I don't know, 15 or 30 minute timers, and every 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever I determine it is, blow them up and let them wave around for 30 seconds or so and then come down. I'll have to figure out something to put around them because the geese will mess with them, and I don't want them putting holes in the nylon. So you know, same thing when I got some more scratch to buy these things, so I'll get them. But you know, I figure wacky wavy inflatable arm man is you know, one of them things that's resettable, doesn't cost anything to really operate for a few moments, and there's no input. right, so I don't need to keep doing something to it like a propane cannon. I'm not irritating my neighbors. You know, it has no cost other than electricity and the extension cord to run the thing. So we'll see, but I think that inflatable arm man will do what I want it to do, hopefully. I did just get some brewer's yeast today. Brewer's yeast, spent brewer's grain, that's what I meant. And piggies are having a good time with it. It smells like hell, but they like it. This is Choo-Choo, and that would be Pedal there, sucking down some of that feed. And you guys like that stuff, don't you? And then we got Buddy and Ragnar over here doing the same thing. You guys look naughty. You've been humping each other again. So, funny story, I actually went and got some feed from one of the restaurants in a 5-gallon bucket, and it happened to be all, you know, chickpea, 5 gallons of chickpea. And I came over here and dumped it in here. These guys started sucking down the chickpea. You know, after a couple minutes, they decided to roll in it. So they both dropped, started rolling around in the freaking chickpea, and it's like gooey. They look super happy. So after rolling around in that chickpea, they got up and pranced around, smelling like hell, and I guess they were super happy about that. Hey, whatever. You know, free feed is good feed, even if they decide to wear it, I guess. So, speaking of which, I got to go run and grab some of that feed, so I will see you guys later. Peace.